What do we have today? We have predictions for 3 NBA games for November 17th. So, let's get started. We will start with a match between Brooklyn Nets and Portland Trailblazers. The Brooklyn Nets have been playing well lately, winning 4 of their last 7 games, but they will be looking to end a 2-game losing streak after being thoroughly beaten by the Kings on the road in a 153-121 loss. The Portland Trailblazers, who have won 4 of their last 5 games, have been playing well and will be hoping to keep their winning ways going after edging the Spurs 117-110 at home. Jusuf Nurkic, Justice Winslow, and Keon Johnson are all listed as questionable for the Blazers. The Nets are still without suspended Kyrie Irving. In comparison to the Nets, who score an average of 110.8 points on 47.6% shooting and surrender 111.7 points on 45.1% shooting, the Blazers average 109.9 points on 47.3% shooting and allow 107.6 points on 45.7% shooting. The greatest surprise in the league has been the Trailblazers. Everyone was surprised by how well they played, even the Trailblazers fans. Right now, they are the best team in the Western Conference, and that is no accident. Even without Lillard and Nurkic, they were unstoppable. They played excellently throughout the very beginning of the season, but if I'm mistaken, the Blazers appeared to be worn out in their last 2 games against the Mavericks and Spurs. The Nets allowed 94 points per game in the first 6 games of Jacques Vaughn's tenure as head coach, but in the 2 previous games, they allowed 153 points against the decent Kings and 116 points against the poor Lakers. Most of us probably believe that the Blazers should be a bigger favorite than the odds indicate. I would agree with that, however, based on their last 2 games, I expect that this game will be tight and come down to the final few seconds. In the last 5 head-to-head meetings in Portland, the Nets are 4-1 ATS. Play Brooklyn Nets plus 2.5. The next match is the match between San Antonio Spurs and Sacramento Kings. The San Antonio Spurs have been in dreadful form lately, having dropped 7 of their previous 8 games overall. They will be attempting to avoid losing 3 straight games after losing to the Trailblazers 117-110 on the road. The Sacramento Kings have been playing well lately, winning 7 of their past 9 games overall. They will be aiming for a season-high 5th straight win after thrashing the Nets 153-121 at home. Romeo Langford and Zach Collins are both ruled out for the Spurs, while the Kings listed Keegan Murray as questionable for this game. While the Kings average 119.5 points on 49.3% shooting and give up 117 points on 49.6% shooting, the Spurs average 112 points on 46.6% shooting and allow 119.5 points on 49.8% shooting. I can't say the Spurs are playing poorly lately, but they are dropping games. They have a big gap between the starters and the bench. The Spurs starters play very well, but they have only 1 or 2 players on the bench who can play their roles well. Spurs will be a tough competitor against any team in the league every time they enter the field well rested. You should avoid my prediction since I can't be trusted to be objective about the Kings. Every time lately I see Sacramento play, they are doing well and winning, but it always seems to me that it won't continue much longer than that. I don't trust the Kings, even though they perform well, and I don't trust them with a size number. Head-to-head, in their past 5 meetings in Sacramento, the Spurs have gone 1-4 against the spread. Play San Antonio Spurs and Sacramento Kings under 238.5. The last match for today is the match between Detroit Pistons and Los Angeles Clippers. The Detroit Pistons are in a terrible slump, as they have dropped 7 of their past 8 games. They will be looking to snap a 4-game losing streak after narrowly losing to the Raptors 115-111. The Los Angeles Clippers have been in good form, winning 6 of their last 9 games overall, but they will be looking to rebound in this game after narrowly losing to the Mavericks on the road by a score of 103-101. Isaiah Stewart and Cade Cunningham are both ruled out for the Pistons, while Corey Joseph is listed as questionable. The Clippers listed Paul George as questionable, while Leonard and Luke Kennard are both ruled out. In comparison to the Clippers, who scored an average of 104.9 points per game on 47.6% shooting, the Pistons average 108.5 points per game on 42.9% shooting and give up 106.9 points per game on 44.8% shooting. The Clippers can be without their best player here because George is listed as questionable. This is significant because the Clippers' offense, which is second least efficient in the league, with 106.4 points per 100 possessions, scores even fewer if George doesn't play. The Pistons' offense is somewhat better than the Clippers' offense, but their offense hasn't been that impressive either. With 108.7 points per 100 possessions, they are 27th in the league. Both teams play at a slow pace and focus on their defense. Anything may happen, but I don't think it's feasible for the Clippers to defeat the Pistons by 11 points in their present form. Head-to-head, in the previous 5 meetings in Los Angeles, the Pistons are 4-1 ATS. Play Detroit Pistons plus 10.5. Guys, that would be all. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter. See you tomorrow.